Okay, so hello everyone. Happy to see all of you here in the session that will be discussing the ability to eliminate blind spots with a globally scalable network protection. I'll be looking into how to protect the modern networks, the enterprise networks, and with the needs of the people moving around there and back. And please, during the session, again, use the chat anytime for your questions or comments. I can attend to them probably at the moment you send them. So welcome, and I would like to briefly introduce myself and Whalebone. So my name is Robert Sefr. I'm the CTO of Whalebone, and Whalebone is a company that focuses on DNS level protection, and what we do and what we focus is the hassle-free protection for everyone. So what is our philosophy is that everyone should be able to get to be protected, to get the protection without any advanced technical knowledge, and so we are helping with this the end users and the companies as well. We aim to do this without any installation to the end devices whenever possible. We operate on the DNS level, giving us the opportunity to actually protect any device regardless of the platform that it runs on. So we don't care about the base platforms. But okay, I would like to take multiple steps back here and get to the idea what I would like to share here. Let's start very simple. Yeah, I mean, most of you are quite familiar with the networks, with the corporate networks, enterprise networks, with how they can be secured to some extent. So if we start really simple, we have a simple corporate user network, headquarters, offices, with a single security perimeter, with, let's say, secured by a next generation firewall, and everyone is happy there. Everyone and all the devices are accessing the internet, the outside networks via the common perimeter. It's quite transparent. The security analyst is happy. He has a single place to look into. The CISO is also happy. I mean, it's quite easy to get a design for this, to secure budget, and to look into the high level reports. Yeah, so everyone is happy, but this is not how it works in the real world. So let's get this more complicated over step by step. So adding the data center as the enterprise grows, actually, it may happen that the company will need own data center, will have to host a loads of things, and usually the data center, it will have different needs on networking and security. It will probably there will probably be demands for different firewall technology, different routing, different connectivity towards the internet, and so additional things to actually attend to, which will make the security analyst unhappy. Yeah, definitely. I mean, okay, you have additional firewall now. You have two places to look into. You have to somehow deal with that, either integrate everything in some sort of SIEM solution, log management solution, and get the high level overview. The configuration will have to be done in different places. So yeah, the security analyst here is probably the very unhappy person with that. But it doesn't end here, right? With adding the data center, the situation gets even more complicated over the time. As the company grows, it's adding more branch offices, for example. Meaning there are lots of challenges how to deal with the branch offices. Should it have the direct connectivity to the internet? Most probably yes, because routing everything from all the branch offices through the headquarters, it will eventually have impact on the latency. It will have a serious impact on the bandwidth needed from the headquarters. But still, you probably want to have the internal systems communicate directly via some side-to-side VPN between the branch office and the corporate main network. So it means, okay, there will be some challenges for the network administrators and for the security analyst. Again, more places, possibly even more more technologies to analyze and to configure. So again, some unhappiness for the security analyst and the network administrators, and they have to deal with this as the company is growing and the demands are growing as well. And it can get even more complicated with some special requirements. The company, for example, would like to set up an industrial network. Historically, this was something which was isolated, maybe even without a connectivity to the internet or to the internal network. However, this is changing rapidly as even the industrial networks, they need to be integrated. They need to be connected to get all the smart features and the integration, reporting, and automation. So this is something that gives the CISO quite some headache. There are a lot of things to be analyzed, and there are a lot of motivations that go against each other. So the security officer would like to have it as strict and as isolated as possible. On the other hand, the responsible managers for running the industrial network, they want to have the connectivity and they want to have the automations. So it's a matter of compromise at the end. So again, there are unhappy people around running the network. And a trend for the last years also to extend the data centers to hybrid model, or to move it completely to the cloud. Actually, both can happen. Usually, the first step would be some hybrid one. So moving part of the infrastructure to the cloud for better scalability, for different approach, for maybe possibly lowering the cost for some of the tasks. But again, for the security analyst, okay, this is quite a headache, because he has to probably look for some more cloud native security tools. Maybe he will be forced to use different technologies there rather than what they have already in the data center network. There will be another additional security perimeter there to actually deal with. So again, security analyst is unhappy. It's, as you can see, the security analyst, it's quite an unhappy guy most of the time, but we would like to we definitely like to help him. All right. So the idea and what we are actually doing is that we provide DNS resolvers with a security layer that is able to protect the networks which are using our DNS resolvers. They are provided as an on-premise software, so they can be deployed anywhere. It can be quite an isolated network. It can be something running in the cloud. It can be the branch offices. And the idea here is to have all these quite different networks covered with the Whalebone DNS Resolvers to be able to provide the same level of security protection using the common configuration, or definitely also a different configuration, because I would expect the industrial network will have quite a different configuration from the data center, from the main user network. So all that is achievable, including the isolation for the DNS traffic. So, for example, for the industrial network, we may choose the whitelist approach to only allow a particular domains to be actually resolved, unlike the user network, where you would probably want to allow most of the internet traffic, filtering out only the security threats and part of the unwanted content there, I don't know, such as crypto miners and adult content possibly, etc. So you can distribute all those DNS resolvers across the infrastructure and manage it from a single platform, and being sure that everything will work as it works today. I mean, this is one of our main key points. We don't do any changes to the DNS traffic. We follow the DNS standards, so all the infrastructure will just work in a very same way. The users, even like most of the administrators, they won't actually be able to see any change on the network. We will just add a security layer on the existing DNS traffic, and that's the main upside. Everyone is quite happy here. At least this is what we get as a feedback. I mean, the security analyst is happy because he's able to get an insight from everywhere what is happening there and define a security policy. CISO is also happy because it's very predictable in terms of budgeting. So there is no headache connected with that, and he gets a high-level reporting from the whole network. The network administrator basically doesn't have to do anything. So again, quite some happiness there. Okay, this is again to the happiness of all the people involved, being able to define the common security policy. On the lower part of the slide, you are able to see an example of the security dashboard of such a network, being able to identify different threats and distinguish what happens to them if they have been blocked or not, based on the policy that was provided by the security team, and being able to drill down deeper to see what actually happened. So yeah, everyone is pretty much happy there, but and this is quite important. Loads of things actually changed due to the pandemic, or pandemic is basically only considered a main driver here, meaning the users were sent home. Like, yeah, now you have to work from home. For the users, I mean, users are mostly happy if they are able to have a quiet place for work. They don't care that much, at least short time. However, CISO usually is, I mean, that's a big headache. Yeah, it's a big headache, especially in the cases when the companies were not prepared properly for such a huge change to actually have most of the users working from home. That's a huge headache because all the systems were not ready for that. Maybe they even accepted some risks for the users working from home, and they just closed their eyes and did not attend those threats and those risks before. However, at that very moment, when the employees were sent home, Now they have to attend that, and they have to deal with that. Security analyst is definitely unhappy as well, because he loses part of the visibility. He loses part of the visibility. The user is at home, even with DNS resolvers, Whalebone DNS resolvers deployed here in the networks. The visibility is lost whenever the user goes directly to the internet, which is actually the most frequent case. Before, the security analyst with the users working from the office was able to see everything and to apply the configuration and security policies to all the traffic. And then after the change, the user is just sitting home, and the security analyst is blind to what's happening there, which definitely gives you a headache. Because when anything happens and then the user connects back to the corporate network via VPN, there could be some serious impacts on what's happening in the internal network. The infection can spread, the ransomware can spread, and can actually get inside quite easily. And the user here, those are also some quite interesting data. Besides that, he is not protected by the original perimeter security countermeasures. He also feels a bit more relaxed at home. I mean, you probably won't be browsing your private free mail in the office, or at least not that often. At home, I mean, okay, I have to deal with something, so I will open my free mail, I will open my Facebook account and check something, check a new message in the chat, on the messenger, etc., because nobody sees me actually. So it's much more easier to do it only for a few moments maybe, but still the risk grows higher with this behavior. So what to do with this? This was also what we were asked a lot, like with the customers of ours that had the DNS resolvers deployed here. They were like, okay, what should we do with the users that are outside the network? So our response to that is called Wellborn HomeOffice Security, which is a client. It's client software supporting Windows, iOS, Android, and Mac OS, available soon. And what does it mean? I'll try to sum that up. It's quite. I mean, it's not that easy. I'll try to decipher this for you. So first of all, it means that the security perimeter defined by Whalebone and the policies. Whalebone is basically moving with the employees, with the users, anywhere they go. I mean, it's called home office security, but they don't have to stay at home to be protected. Whether they connect from home or from McDonald's hotspot, they will still be protected, and the same policies will move with them with their devices. That's the main idea behind. And I'm stating here that everyone is happy, but usually the users are not happy with having something installed on their computers. Yeah, that's the usual case. It means some more pop-ups. It means possibly some change of behavior of what I can or cannot do. However, this is also something we deal with. Also, the security clients, the agent, they usually mean some slowdown or some different behavior, not really convenient for the users. So this is something that is part of our philosophy to deal with that. It means why everyone is happy again. The user, from our point of view, is happy because the deployment does not affect the user's work in any way. The user works and uses the computer in the very same way as before. The only thing that happens to the traffic on the laptop is that all the DNS traffic is handled via our cloud resolvers and is protected. But the user, actually, the feedback is that the user is not even aware of that. There is no impact on user experience. The CISO is happy because he can ensure the same baseline security no matter where the users are. And again, I mean, the impact on the budget, there is none. Yeah, home office security is provided, included in the license from us. So we don't care if the customer wants to use it or not. Yeah, it's included. We don't charge anything on top. And the security analyst is happy again because all the security events are still visible and accessible from a single place, although the people may not be inside the corporate network. Actually, we don't see the network as the old times, like there is a corporate network and there is something outside. We understand the perimeter is moving and everything is dynamic, so we have to move with the users as well. This is just a simple overview of the devices that may be managed. I mean, we are ready to manage hundreds of thousands devices via the solution, and the same policies can be applied for the internal network for the resolvers, and the completely same policies can be applied to the actual devices outside. So this is a sample of iOS device, some Windows devices there as well, and they get the same policies as the internal networks. But you can see every single device, whether it's properly communicating and provisioned. And with the device level visibility, what does that mean? You can see every single incident, content filtering log, DNS traffic actually tied to that particular device. And you can get to all those details, and you don't care whether they are inside the network or outside it. It's I mean, you can distinguish if you want, if that happened at home or if that happened in the internal network. However, at the very end, you mainly care what actually happened, if it was blocked, and why, what was the destination domain, and what was the reason behind. Full visibility. We go beyond only the security logs. We can provide to the security analyst the full visibility to the DNS traffic, meaning anything that is resolved on the DNS layer can be full text searched, can be subject to anomaly detection, filtering, basically month of the traffic in the past. Yes, so you can search through anything and you can get control of all the things that happened inside or outside your network. Again, this is the same point of view, and we don't care if it's there or outside. How does the home office security work? Very briefly, it's important to understand what impacts there are. Whenever the application sends a DNS query, let's say the application wants to go to google.com, if it's in the internal network, protected network by the DNS resolvers, nothing happens. It just goes the very same way. So for the network administrator, it means everything behaves in the very same manner and there is no headache. If it's the external network and I'm outside in an unprotected network, home office security agent intercepts the traffic and sends over the traffic to the closest cloud resolver, to the closest data center of Whalebone, to get the minimum latency, to get the answer really fast. And then, based on the authentication, which is set up between the client and the data center, the proper policy is applied, the proper filtering result is applied, and the response is sent back to the client. And then the original DNS response is sent back to the application. So you are free to go to google.com, but you are blocked and redirected if going to some malicious website. What does that mean for the deployment? For example, we have like frequent questions like, how does that affect our VPN clients? Will we still be able to use our VPNs? Yes, definitely, yes. I mean, from our perspective, whenever the client is connected to VPN, and for example, you are using the full VPN tunnel and you channel everything through the VPN, you will our client, the HomeOffice Security client, will estimate, okay, I am now connected to the internal network, I'm connected to secured network, so I will disable myself. Whenever you disable the VPN client, it will kick in back. Regarding the hardware requirements, it's about like 30 megabytes of memory and basically no CPU, and this because everything is happening in the cloud, not on the client itself. Regarding the distribution, you can just distribute MSI packages or the applications on the mobile platform from the application stores. And the impact on user experience, as mentioned, we have no negative feedback whatsoever regarding this, because it's for the user, it's completely transparent. To conclude this, with Whalebone Immunity, which is a product including the home office security, we are able to protect all devices from cyber threats, regardless of their platform or of their placement, whether they are inside or inside the network or anywhere in the world. Yeah, this is really important, and this is why how we see the future, and also to get all the priceless insights on the history of the traffic. That's really important. Okay, I can see some comment here in the chat. We have 2 minutes more. There is one comment. Can someone tell us, so once this system we install and change this document, what happens to the operation and security of the work? Okay, I'll try to decipher that. I'm not really getting the point there. Haider, if you maybe can rephrase that a bit. Regarding DNSSEC, yeah, we support DNSSEC, we support DNS over HTTPS, we support DNS over TLS, and all the other standards such as QNAME minimization, case randomization, etc. So we really stick hard to the RFCs and standards. And Haider, I'm not actually able to get the point there of the question or comment of your, please. So please, we can continue there in the community later on. Thanks a lot for everyone. We are basically out of time. Thanks for your attention. It was my pleasure to be able to present here and to attend to the Uptime 2021 and enjoy the rest of the sessions. Thank you.